Hey everybody, I am TARAN studying the KAUR and I am currently pursuing my diploma in civil engineering at Polytechnic UNGKU.
Hello everyone, my name is ANUSHRI. I'm a civil engineering student at Polytechnic UNGKU. In 1885, a paper punch called conductor's punch was invented and now known as a hole paper punch. A single hole paper punch is commonly used for punching holes through a paper stack. Over a century after its invention, the paper hole punch has become a staple of offices and schools worldwide, offering its simple organization tool to keep stray documents in check. From its humble beginnings of 131 years ago, now this tool became a part of essential for everyone's life.
However, the single punch hole gave us its functional usage, but there are still some disadvantages. As we know, a normal single punch hole only punches the hole with limited reach of 2 cm or 2.5 cm. Moreover, if the puncher does not give you a clean cuts, which give you a messy outcome and you can't able to fix it right away. Precisely, the paper we're going to punch can't be seen, and we tend to punch at the edge of the paper. Therefore, to avoid all these hassles, we came up with an idea to create an innovative paper punch that can overcome all these problems, even more sustainable and no cost incurred.
Are you thinking what's our project all about? Yes, you got it right. It's about a multifunctional, sustainable clear paper punch using recycling materials. Okay, so now I will be explaining to all of you about the objective of this project. Starting off with the main objective is to create this innovation, to collect recycling materials for this innovation. Moreover, the main idea of our innovation is to design a compact, easy fit and transparent punch hole. Besides, producing a sustainable punch hole with recyclable materials, which will be helpful for better environmental quality. First of all, you will need a square cake cardboard flag, where you will take out the spring from the flag, and yes, now perspex board, a thin layer of plastic, followed by a silicone spatula with transparent handle, and lastly, not forgetting your screws. Measure 10 cm in length and place the silicone spatula, duplicate the hole on the board. The hole marked on the board is then drilled using a hand driller. Once drilled, the edge of the hole is then rubbed with a sandpaper to actually smoothen the edges of the hole. Just look at how clean and neat it looks. Later, the 10 cm length cardboard is then cut off using a saw. The edges of the cardboard is then rubbed with sandpaper to smoothen the surface of the edges.
Where is it? Yes, I found it.
Next, the perspex board is measured 2.5 cm width and 10 cm length, later then cut off using a saw. Then, back and it's drilled using a hand driller. The silicone spatula transparent handle is cut using a saw, as it will be used as a transparent surface of the clear paper punch. The materials are then fixed, and also the measurements are marked as shown in the video above to place and tighten the screws. The screw threads are then smoothened using wood file and also sandpaper. The materials are later placed on a board and the measured parts have already been drilled.
A big screw is inserted into the first hole of the board and screw until it touches the surface of the board. A round washer is then placed in the big screw and it's tightened with a hexa nut to prevent loosening. This step is repeated twice using a longer and a thinner screw. Make sure all the screws in the 3 holes are tightened with a hexa nut. Some amount of superglue is poured onto the head of the screw and a small hexa nut is attached on the head of the screw. Once it's dry, a strip of reinforcement ring stickers are then rolled around the screw. After done rolling, a hexa nut is tightened at the end of the screw. Then the screw is tightened around at the third longest screw. Make sure it's tightened until the end. After that, insert the spring into the second screw and then another hexa nut at the third screw. Then insert a perspex board followed by a silicone spatula transparent handle is placed on the top of the perspex board and tightened with the hexa nut tightly. The strip of reinforcement ring sticker is then pulled out and placed in between the perspex board and the transparent handle. The second screw is tightened with the hexa nut tightly. Now let's do the testing. As we can see here, it can be punched. The strip of reinforcement ring sticker also functioning well. Now let's try punching the paper. As you can see, it's punching well. And these reinforcement stickers help us to repair the punched holes. Multifunctional clear paper punch is ready to use.
Moving on to the impact part, there are actually a few differences between the current punch hole in the market and also the multifunctional sustainable clear paper punch. Our first aspect, which is time saving. Current puncher in the market wastes time and energy, whereas this multifunctional sustainable clear paper punch saves time and energy. My second aspect will be multifunctional. Current punch hole in the market has much hassle, whereas this clear paper punch has no hassle. Moving on to my third aspect, which is price and weight. The current punch hole in the market is weighty and overpriced, whereas our clear paper punch is lightweight and no cost is incurred. Moving on to my fourth aspect, which is distance. The current punch hole in the market has limited reach, whereas our multifunctional sustainable clear paper punch has extended reach. My last aspect will be visibility, where the current punch hole in the market can't be seen, whereas our multifunctional sustainable clear paper punch can be seen.
Using the single paper hole punch, the decision to produce an innovative multifunctional sustainable clear paper punch was made. Using the recycling materials was the main motive to produce an eco-friendly item. This clear paper punch allows consumers to have a better and clear view while watching. No cost was involved in this production of the paper punch, as all the items used are recyclable materials which can be easily found in our house. By this innovation, it helps to reduce the usage of the raw materials and products which can contribute to a sustainable environment.